Hey Chris, how you doing?
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good, good. So, for those of us watching this who don't know who the fantabulous Chris Watkin is, can you give us a quick little brief intro?
Um, I am chartered surveyor, estate agent by trade, who ended up being a ghostwriter for estate agents and letting agents, writing articles about their town's property markets. 3 years ago, I took my mobile phone to the local hotel because a chap called Stephen Brown, who's very well known in the industry, was there, and we just put the mobile phone on and had a chat for about 45 minutes. And since then, I've done about 1,200 videos, and the
Wow.
videos are kind of what I'm known for, even though I don't do it for any money.
And so roughly 1,200 videos. What sort of period of time has that happened over?
3 years, 4 months.
Wow. Okay, cool. So, reason I really wanted to chat to you today, hopefully you've been aware I had this slightly harebrained idea a couple of weeks ago about bringing agents together from all over the country to do this thing, Agents Here to Help. And the idea is, trying to encourage agents like myself who've wanted to do video and particularly live events to sort of take the leap and do it without having to make a massive commitment. Obviously you're a huge advocate of video. Probably the biggest thing we're facing at the moment, the biggest hurdle, because we've got some really good sort of initial, like, yeah, we're on board. We've had like 90 agents or thereabouts sign up in 2 weeks, but we're now getting the fear factor creeping in. We're getting quite a lot of agents going, oh, I want to do it, but I'm worried I'll look like an idiot, etc., etc. And from someone who, by your own story, that's great. You started off just doing this. Hey, let's record it, probably for your own records more than sharing it. And then what that's come into. What would you say to those agents who've jumped on board? They clearly have the willingness, but that fear factor is jumping in. What would you say to them?
So the videos that they're going to do, is that for their people in their town or to help other agents within the agent community?
So it is agents helping the community.
Yes.
So it's Agents Here to Help. It's consumer facing.
Okay.
Um, it can be really targeted either locally or just more, I'm an expert in residential lettings, here's my advice. So they can gear it accordingly.
Okay.
Um,
Right. Okay. It really comes down to fear, a fear of the
yeah.
judgment of others, the fear of looking stupid in front of others. And it might surprise you actually that my business coach was suggesting I did videos for 18 months before I actually started doing them.
Wow,
And
that's really
I came up with every single excuse under the book. You see, there's a thing at the top of your brain called your amygdala, and it's designed to keep you alive. Okay, that's the thing that protects you from touching black and white animals, go near saber-toothed tigers, dark places, and spiders. So it's that innate fear. Also, what it's also realised over the millions of years is, because your amygdala is the same amygdala as your dogs, as your cats, as someone else, is that to survive and thrive, you need to be part of a tribe or a community or a gang or like a pack animal. Now, in the pack animals, you need a leader and you need a pecking order. That's the way it works. So the trade-off is that to have the safety of warmth, shelter, and the security that goes with a pack, the downside is that there has to be a pecking order and someone at the top. Now, what this amygdala has realised over millions of years, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is that fear is a genuine biological fear, is that your amygdala is telling you that if you piss off the tribe leader, you'll get kicked out of the tribe, and if you get kicked out of the tribe, your warmth, food, and shelter goes. So therefore, we have this thing. It's like a feeling, isn't it? It's the same feeling why we don't like public speaking, best man speeches or anything like that. And basically, it's all it's saying is that if we f this up, we could get kicked out the tribe, kicked out of the cave, and we'll have no food, water, or shelter. It's the same reason why you were bricking your pants when you weren't on your first free evaluation, or the first time you asked someone out on a date, or the first time you kissed someone.
Yeah.
What you've almost got to do is that this amygdala doesn't know that it's public speaking, because people have the same feeling with public speaking as they do with video, is that you have to teach it, you have to dance with it, that this stuff is not going to kill you. And the best way you can actually do that is to actually just do it and actually get out there, because to be frank with you, that no one's actually waiting for you to publish that video. The worst that can happen is that no one actually watches it. So my advice to people, because I've taught loads of people, because we teach people how to do video, is deliberately set out to do a bad video, and do it, and actually you'll realize that no one's out there waiting to watch it, and you might have the odd derogatory comment and you might have your leg pulled, but that's about it. You'll probably get like 10 views.
And so look, we've that's awesome. We've pulled together a lot of agents now. I think one of the other things,
you know what it is, actually, because we're limited for time on this one, is this, okay, is your hormones were kicking in when you had to kiss someone or ask someone out, okay?
Yeah.
I was putting video off for years, well, 18 months. And then I really fucked up in my business to the point where if I didn't actually do something, I went down the shed and I thought my business was over. This was the 23rd of December, 2016. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just coming up with every excuse. And I just said, fuck this, excuse my French. I'm just going to have to, I just needed to get it out my system. So I don't know what reason. I just put my hat on and I just did a few videos and off I went. And I'm telling you guys is when you run your own business, there's no one holding you accountable, okay? And when you've got a choice of doing a difficult thing or something easy, the human brain will always go for the easy stuff. Guys, I'm not telling you guys, but 30 to 40% of you are going out of business by the end of this year. That is a simple fact of economics. And if you don't put your big girl pants on, your big boy pants on, and actually get out there and do these bloody videos, then some oink down the road is going to do those videos, become the king of the town, the digital mayor, and you're going out of business. And you will look back at this video, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put my foot down with a firm hand here, is that you missed that opportunity because of that voice in your head. I'm sorry, I'm going to get off my horse now. I'm sorry, you just got to get out there, face that fear, like your first vow you did, the first person you kissed, the first time you had sex. It was scary as hell. But
so basically, to coin Branson, screw it, just do it.
Yeah.
Get on and do it. So Chris, if I can just squeeze a couple more nuggets out of you before this brings to a close. So if the guys are worried about, oh my God, what do I do a piece about? You know, there's so many blogs out there, so many videos out there. What would you say to them?
Okay, so why don't you do a Zoom call where you interview people from your local town, to them telling you why they love their town?
Brilliant.
Nothing to do with selling houses, but no one gives a shit about selling houses at the moment. But why don't you actually talk about your town and how proud you are to be in the town and why they love the town and why they love the people? And then, hey, here's the best bit. Don't upload it to your own Facebook page, because the only person that's going to watch that is people that have liked your page, which is your staff and your mum. Why don't you actually upload it to local Facebook groups based on your town? Because they're the people that are going to watch it. And then hey, at the end, why don't you then suggest who's your local people that you love in your town? Why don't you suggest them? Everyone types their name, and then hey presto, that it just goes on like a snowball.
And then there was a tip. Well, you showed me before. I've heard you say it to people before. Do you want to just share with the group your little tip about making sure you look at the camera?
Okay, so on a mobile phone, here we go, you might have seen it here, is that what we end up doing is that we end up looking at our screens. So we end up on our videos looking like this. Now, am I engaging with you at the moment?
It's not great, is it? You look like you're talking to the person over my shoulder.
Exactly. So what happens is that when people look at themselves on the screen, there's no engagement. Now, am I engaging with you?
So what's a good cheat for that, Chris?
Okay, so your lens is normally where the earpiece is, so little circular dot. So put a piece of blue tack there, so you know where the lens is, and then get a mobile phone, get a tripod and a little adapter, put that in, so it holds it. No selfie sticks, please. Make sure that the phone is always at eye height, because if you are looking down on the lens, it looks like you're looking down on them, and we don't want anything like this. Okay, so always at eye height. And then put a little post-it note where your face is.
Cover the screen.
So you cover the face up. I've done some training videos on it. If you go to my YouTube channel, click on the word playlists. There's about 70 playlists on there. One of them says how to use video in your estate agency, and on one of the 33 videos, it says 40-second tip on how to be more engaging or something like that.
Chris, you've been an absolute superstar. That is our time. We're going to share that with the group and hopefully start creating some exciting content.
Always a pleasure. Never a chore to see you, the Viking of UK estate agency and letting agency.
Cheers, big man.